live from the Milken Institute Global Conference. We are coming to you today live from LA. Marijuana, the focus of a panel here at Milken for the first time ever. Is investing in marijuana the next big thing? My next guest says yes. Joining me right now is Michael Kraft. He is chairman of WeedMD. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
I think just the fact that Mike Milken, who is really esteemed in healthcare, has put you on a panel called The Highs and Lows of the Cannabis Economy speaks volumes. Talk to us about your business.
Well, first of all, WeedMD is a Canadian pre-licensed, approved medical marijuana producer and distributor in Elmer, Ontario, near Toronto, in southwestern Ontario. And we're very excited to be on the stage and to have the opportunity to participate in this industry.
So medical marijuana, tell us how prevalent it is being used, where it is being used, and where WeedMD generates revenue.
Right. Well, the market is both here in Canada and the United States. Medical marijuana is emerging, obviously, as an alternative treatment to various different ailments. It's becoming more and more popular. Obviously, clinical-like research is the bottleneck, but you can see as the industry evolves, people are taking an open mind. It's a younger generation, and the use exists more on an individual basis without clinical-like research. However, individuals are starting to adopt it for cancer treatment, and there's a number of different ailments, and the market is growing and the interest is growing.
What are those ailments, and what does marijuana actually treat? I mean, you said earlier pain.
Right.
What is it treating?
Well, across the board, chronic pain is identified as one area that marijuana is very good at treating. It could be insomnia. It could be there's probably 25 different common ailments, but pain management is a big area. Yeah. Appetite, generating an appetite, and there's so many different strains of medical marijuana that address so many different ailments specifically.
I guess, throughout this whole conversation about medical marijuana, about recreational marijuana, which is, of course, what we're seeing in Colorado, the one conversation that's missing is the health and the side effects. I mean, do you look at marijuana differently than you look at tobacco, for example? I mean, we know what happens with tobacco. It leads to cancer.
Sure. So with respect to the health and side effects, obviously there's a lot of controversy around that area, but we all know that we don't see the same problems with marijuana as we see necessarily with alcohol, and we haven't seen the same problems, and I think the public at large is opening up. So is the medical community. There's certain advocates, and people are looking for new solutions.
Yeah. And does medical differ from, can medical exist as much as it is if recreational picks up, like we see more states do what Colorado has done?
Right. Well, I think medical is the basis of how marijuana has become into the mainstream, and medical has to happen, and medical has to continue on, and recreational is growing, but they can exist together. They can coexist in a hybrid market.
You do. All right, Michael, great to have you on the program. We'll be watching. WeedMD, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
And good luck on the panel here at the Milken Institute Global Meeting at WeedMD.